Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Feixiao. The quiet hum of the city resonated faintly through the walls of Feixiao's office. Papers were neatly stacked on her desk, her work long finished, but she had insisted on accompanying her. "I can't just sit around all day," you had said, earning a raised brow and a rare smirk from her. "Besides, you're more fun to watch than anything outside." Now you were slumped on the couch nearby, stubbornly refusing to admit how exhausted you were. Feixiao glanced over, her sharp eyes softening as she noticed your head bobbing forward, fighting sleep and failing. "You're stubborn, you know that," she teased, standing and crossing the room. "I'm perfectly fine," he mumbled, but the words were betrayed by the yawn that followed, and without a word, she guided your head to her lap, her fingers threading gently through your hair. The sensation was immediate, warmth and comfort enveloping you as you finally let your eyes close. "You shouldn't push yourself so hard," Feixiao murmured, her voice quiet but firm. "I don't push myself as hard as you do," he muttered back, half asleep, and her laugh was a soft melodic thing. And the last thing you felt before drifting off was the light pressure of her hand, resting protectively on your back. And when you woke, disoriented but warm, Feixiao was still there, her hand still brushing through your hair absent-mindedly as she read from her report. "You drooled on me," she said without looking up, her lips quirking into a teasing smile, and your face flushed. "No, he didn't." "You absolutely did." She finally glanced down, her expression softening. "But I'll allow it this once. Rest looks good on you." And you smiled sheepishly, already plotting your playful revenge for her teasing. For now, though, you stayed right where you were, safe, warm, and completely hers. Acheron. The warm glow of the bedside lamp cast soft shadows across the hotel room. Acheron sat propped against the headboard, a thick book in her hands. She had been quiet for the last hour, completely immersed in the story, her fingers absently turning the pages. You were beside her, lying on your stomach, listening to the faint sound of her breathing and the occasional rustle of paper. The day had been long, too long, and the bed's comforting warmth was impossible to resist. "Darling, are you listening?" Acheron's smooth voice broke the silence, and you blinked, realizing she'd been talking. "Mm-hmm," he murmured, your voice muffled against her thigh. At some point, you had leaned into her, resting your head against her. "You're quite terrible at pretending," she said, with a soft smile, glancing down at you, and her free hand brushed a strand of hair from your face, and you hummed in response, but the weight of exhaustion was pulling you under. The rhythmic rise and fall of her breathing, the soft scent of her lingering perfume, it all lulled you into a haze, and moments later, you were out. Acheron sighed softly, setting the book down on the nightstand, and she looked at you, sprawled across her lap. Your face relaxed in sleep, her expression softened in a way it rarely did. "Sleep well, sweetheart. I'm not going anywhere," she murmured, pressing a soft kiss to your temple. And then Acheron picked her book back up, her fingers idly brushing your hair as she continued reading, the faintest smile on her lips. Kafka. The dim lighting of the ship created a serene atmosphere, the faint glow reflecting off the sleek edges of Kafka's coat as she leaned back on the couch. One arm draped lazily over the armrest, and the other held a datapad she had been scrolling through for the last half hour. You were curled right beside her, the day's weariness catching up to you. It had been a long, long day, full of close calls and adrenaline spikes. And still, in the end, you always felt safest in her presence. I didn't think you would last this long without passing out, she teased, her smooth voice carrying a lilt of amusement. And you murmured something incoherent, leaning into her side. Her faint perfume, sweet and intoxicating, was like a lullaby, drawing you further into the days. Are you even listening? She asked, with a raised eyebrow, and he nodded, pressing your forehead to her shoulder. And she just sighed softly, setting the datapad down. Her hand found its way to your back, tracing slow, deliberate circles. Oh, you're hopeless, she said with a quiet chuckle, though the warmth in her voice betrayed any pretense of annoyance. And within moments, you succumbed to the pull of sleep, your weight settling against her completely, and Kafka shifted slightly, letting you drape yourself across her lap. Comfortable, are we? She murmured, brushing a strand of hair from your face. And he did not give her a response, already too far gone in your dreams. She sighed, a small, genuine smile tugging at her lips. Rest while you can. Tomorrow's another long day, darling, she whispered, her fingers tracing soothing patterns along your back. And then she leaned back into the couch, her hand never leaving you as she let the quiet moment stretch on, content to be your safe haven for as long as you needed her to be.